Do you think you might need to hire a lawyer? Keep watching for some important tips. You may be thinking about hiring a lawyer for your plaintiff's case. If that is the situation, stay tuned because I've invited two very experienced plaintiff lawyers to join us today. On the show today is Jill Harper and Ron Netemeyer, and they're from Columbia, Missouri. Thanks for joining us today.
Good to be with you.
Thanks for inviting us.
You bet. So it's a difficult decision. Should I hire a lawyer? Do I need a lawyer? And if so, how do I even go about that? So if you were counseling a friend or a family member that was looking for a plaintiff lawyer, what are a few tips you might share with them?
I think hiring an attorney under any circumstances is a difficult, scary proposition. I think trying to hire and find the right plaintiff's attorney when you've been injured in an accident or have some cause of action is even more difficult. Why? Because there's so much advertising in that practice area.
Right.
It can be very confusing to people. You see so many things online, on TV. I think there's a lot of misrepresentation about what that type of a case is. I think it comes down to like anything else. You've got to find an attorney or a law firm that has real experience in that practice area. And so I think to do that, look online, see their reviews, see how they treat their clients, see what their performance in prior cases has been, because you can't just go on the surface, how things appear through TV commercials or websites. You need to find attorneys that really practice in the court of law and have experience litigating on behalf of their clients.
Right. So if you were maybe talking to a lawyer and thinking about hiring them, what are a few questions you might ask them?
Well, first of all, I would ask, do you actually handle cases like this? And are you going to be the one handling the case or is someone else? So Ron hit on all the advertisers in the market, and I don't think it matters what town you're in, that town is saturated with personal injury attorney commercials. I know where we live in Columbia, Missouri, there are at least two law firms that are on, well, I'm going to say three that are on the TV nonstop. I've never seen those people in court ever. I've never met them, don't know who they are. Wow. I think they just farm everything out to associates. I've also never met their associates. So it's confusing to me. I don't know who these people are. They're on the TV nonstop. And then, people ask me, well, what do you think about them? Don't know, never seen them in court. I don't even know if they're a real lawyer. So, make sure that the lawyer you're picking has an actual reputation in the town, knows the judges, knows the other defense attorneys, or if they're just a talking head on TV, I would say that.
Yeah, just a spokesperson, something like that. So how important is it for a law firm to actually be able to try a case? Isn't it better just to settle them quickly?
You don't have any credibility with the insurance carrier on behalf of your client unless you actually are willing to go to war on behalf of your client, to file a lawsuit, take the depositions, do the discovery, find all the facts, talk to the witnesses. If you're not ready and prepared to engage in that, you're never going to accomplish the results for your client that they need. So it's essential.
Yeah, I don't like to take cases secondhand from another firm. We don't do that very often. However, there have people that have hired our firm that said, well, I hired this firm and they said, I'll go as far as a settlement, but if you don't agree to their settlement, I'm not filing a lawsuit. And then, they called around and it was a good case with merit. The insurance company was lowballing them. So we went ahead and took it the next step for them. Wow. But interesting to me that some lawyers tell people that off the bat, like, I'm not going to go to trial for you.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I think if you travel like I do, every town you see the advertisements. And I remember one time in Florida, I saw all these billboards for a law firm, and I asked one of my associates to check into them, and they were brand new. They hadn't had any cases yet. They had just started up their law firm, but apparently they got a bunch of money and bought a bunch of billboards. Yeah. And I don't know how that ended, but I wouldn't want to be their client. What about the ability, the financial ability to actually prosecute cases? I'm not sure how you would figure that out, but isn't that important as well?
Well, that's why we team up with you guys, right? Having a good support team in the office is essential, like great staff, but being able to finance the case expenses in litigation can be very stressful on some law firms. Yeah. And so it's great to have a good partner that you can team up with. Let the attorneys focus on their work with the financial support to operate the case the way it needs to be done. I mean, the hiring of expert witnesses can be very expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Accident constructionist. So yeah, I mean, we have cases, it's not uncommon for us to have, case expenses of $50,000, $100,000. So
on a single case, but we obviously don't just handle one case at a time. We have a couple hundred cases at a time. And so even if it's 10,000 a case times a couple hundred,
and Advocate Capital is so great to work with for our staff because you guys help us keep track of all of those expenses.
Well, thank you.
Itemized by each case, by each client.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think there's a conversation that happens in some plaintiff law firms around the country that people don't realize, which is we just got the case of a lifetime, settle these other cases in a hurry because we need the money, or we need 2 expert witnesses, but payroll's this week. So, we're going to have to delay one of those. It shouldn't happen, but I think it does happen.
No, that's very sad, but I think you're right. It does happen. And I think the bottom line has got to be the client's best interest is always what your focus is on, not your firm, not your personal financial needs, but what's best for your client. And that's what you got to shoot for every case, every time.
Absolutely.
So if anyone listening has a case that they can't finance, call us. We're happy to get in on it.
Yeah, absolutely, Jill. Thank you for that. So if someone was looking to maybe ask you a couple of questions, they have a case or it's a law firm that wants to partner with you, how can they get in touch with you?
Just give us a call or shoot us an email. Our phone number is 573-442-1660, or you can email me directly at jharper@lawmissouri.com.
Thank you so much for being with us, Ron and Jill. We sure appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.